सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Yeah, what we call it spiritual study is also called another name Brahma Vidya. Nobody can live without knowledge. Even animals, they have an intuitive knowledge of what to eat, what not to eat, where it is available, or have knowledge in them which makes them seek food, comfort, etc. So, this spiritual life is based on the knowledge of the spirit. What do you mean, the spirit? That which is essentially the substance of all that is seen, of all that is transacted, of you. The substance of you, the substance of the world, the substance of all transactions is called the spirit. This knowledge of the spirit shall make us go beyond the appearances, which are many, which are changing, which, being finite, are subject to death, sorrow, etc., etc. This knowledge of the spirit shall relieve you from sorrow, from death, from pain, etc., etc. This is called Brahma Vidya, source books Vedas, and out of compassion by Veda Vyasa, brought it to everybody's understanding through Mahabharata, BhagavatGita. Yet he is not satisfied. He improves on all of them, and his final version of this spiritual knowledge is Bhagavata. So this spiritual knowledge says there is nothing for you to do to experience immortality, to experience absolute bliss, to experience Godhood. Nothing for you to do. Because anything which is a product of doing, is finite. because it's a result of an action. Any action is in time and space. Any action is in time and space, and time and space are finite. So any results that is got through action is finite. So if you are seeking something infinite, something eternal, something immortal, something blissful, it cannot be a product of action. It has to be there at all times. You only do not know it. You have to know it and own it. You have to know it and own it. If it is there everywhere, why do I not experiencing it? It's covered by your mind. Sun is there, but clouds apparently cover the sun. Similarly, you, the God, you, the eternal, is covered by your own thoughts. How are these thoughts formed? God, in his creative mood, imagines various forms and this multiple world, and these forms, when they are thrown by God in his mind, get enamored with each other, they get involved, and in that very process, because of the duality, multiplicity, conditionings, they become insecure, and to drop this insecurity, they try various things, acquisitions, etc., etc. And through that process, they get obsessed with desires to gain something, to preserve something, and competitive spirit, jealousies, anger, greed, all those things are formed out of what? Out of nothing, imaginary, purely imaginary. Why? You have lost sight of your own self, that you are that God. He has thrown you out as a form, like the ocean throws out the wave and the bubble. When the ocean has thrown out the wave and the bubble, they were never different from the ocean. When God has thrown you out in his imagination, you are never different from him. But you lost your focus to your real being and consequently suffer. So all that has to be done to regain this eternal, blissful, conscious nature is to remove these hurdles of thoughts of your mind. How is that done? Same process with which you gathered them, with a correction. How did you gather them? In action. Through action, you developed attachment to results, had a feeling, I do, I enjoy. These are the causes for all thoughts to form and to cover the self. Now, do the same action without trying to feed the ego, your body, mind, intellect. For the sake of cleansing your mind and discovering the God, Chitta Suddhi. When you do that, working to know God, cleanse yourself. Not work for the ego, work for a cause that will take you to God means serve God in all forms. Have a egoless cause. Have an egoless cause. When you serve like that, the existing vasanas in you come out. Since now there is no ego in your actions, you do not pick up new vasanas. This is the process of cleansing yourself and knowing your real being. So these actions now, which are meant to purify you, has three dimensions. One, you have to act, you have to be dynamic. Two, these actions have to be dedicated for a cause, noble cause, beyond the ego. Number three, you have to drop the idea. You are the doer, you are the enjoyer. Guna guneshu vartanta, last class we saw. Your senses, gunas, or the qualities in your senses, gunas, try to interact with objects, gunas, or with the qualities of the objects, gunas. You be an observer. You detach and be an observer. So that way, act you must, but detach from the sense of doership, enjoyership, and depending on the results. Depending on the results. This whole process is called Karma Yoga. It has three dimensions. One, dynamic activity, third chapter. Second, dedicated activity for a cause, yajna, fourth chapter. Fifth, renouncing the sense of agency and enjoyership, karma sannyasa yoga, fifth chapter. Now we are going to do the fourth chapter, having done the third chapter. So before Bhagavan starts the fourth chapter, he's tried to glorify this knowledge, glorify the Guru Parampara and the relationship between the Guru and Sishya. All these are all needed. For mathematics, 2 plus 2 is 4. You don't need an attitude. You can even have a cigarette in your hand and listen to the teacher. It will still be 2 plus 2, 4 only. But spiritual knowledge, since it is very subtle, since you have to detach from the mind and intellect, you have to withdraw from the senses, turn towards the self. Your complete attention is needed. That will happen only when you have love for the subject, love for the teacher, love for the subject, love for the teacher, reverence for the subject, reverence for the teacher. It's very important. Therefore, Sri Krishna is creating in Arjuna the right mood of love and reverence in the beginning. Let us go to the text. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvaka Vepraveet. Imam, this yogam, this process of integrating the mind and intellect, focusing to the self and trying to fuse into that self is called yoga. Imam Vivasvate, to sun God, yogam, this technique, proktavan, I have taught, aham, I, avyayam, this imperishable knowledge, this imperishable yoga, I have taught to sun God. Vivaswan manave praha, Vivaswan, the sun god, taught it to Manu. Manu Ikshvakave Abravit. Manu gave it to the prominent early king Ikshvaku, Suryakula. Evam parampara praptam rajarshayo viduhu. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Sakaleneha mahata yogo nastaha parantapa. This yoga, which I taught to sun god taught to Manu, Manu taught to Ikshvaku. In the process of time, people became more and more extrovert. This knowledge was lost. Knowledge was lost means what? Its prominence, its awareness by the people. Knowledge is ever there. Its prominence, its awareness of the people. Sa evayam maya tejya yoktaha yogaha proktaha puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam etad uttamam. That knowledge, same knowledge, which I taught to sun god, and it came Guru Parampara, sun to Manu, Manu to Ikshvaku, Guru Parampara, which was known to the Raja Rishis. Raja Rishis, kings and saints, saintly kings, not kings who aggrandize, not kings who loot, kings but saintly people. Rajarshayo viduhu. They knew this knowledge. Why Rajarshis it was given? Why not to others? Because the whole people follow the Shrestha Purusha, the leader. So the leader has to behave properly, number one. Number two, this world has to march forward. It has to be led by the kings. Unless the kings know these principles of Vedas, they become materialistic, egoistic, aggrandizers, Ravanas. They all become Ravanas. Therefore, kings have to know this. Hence, it was given to Raja Rishis, this knowledge. So, eva, that same knowledge, what was given earlier, today, I am giving it to you. I am giving it to you. Why? So, 2-3 reasons. You were also a Raja, number one. You were also a Raja. Number two, Bhaktosi Sakha Cheti. You are my devotee and a friend. Devotee and a friend. So Bhagavan also has this type of nepotism. Right? You are my devotee, you are my friend, so I will give you. Others I won't give. No. Unless, what is a devotee? The word. Devotee is one who exercises his right. Devotee is one who surrenders his right. So Arjuna has surrendered himself to Bhagavan. He said, Shadhi mam tvam prapannam. I have surrendered to you, therefore teach. So that surrendering is essential to gain this knowledge. Bhakta. Sakha. Nobody keeps a secret from a friend. You keep a secret from your father, mother, even spouse, children, you don't tell everything. But to a friend, you will never hide anything. So I am your friend. So I am going to give you all this knowledge. Rahasyam, hetaduttamam. Rahasyam means, it does not mean it's a secret should be told only certain people. That's not the meaning. Rahasyam means without somebody telling it, you cannot know it. Without somebody telling, you cannot know it. Do you know the secret of my success? You say that. Means what? Ordinary people cannot know unless I say. Do you know the secret of development of that country? Like that, when you say secret, it is not known to ordinary people. It has to be told by somebody. Therefore, rahasyam etad uttamam. Ordinary things are no rahasyas. If it has to be a rahasya, it has to be something worth it. So, rahasyam etad uttamam. This rahasya is topmost. Uttamam. Topmost rahasya. Why? This rahasya will make you discover the God that you are. There cannot be anything more than that. So therefore, rahasyam etad uttamam, and I shall give you. Arjuna asks a question. Not that Arjuna does not know, but for our sake he is asking a question. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha kathame tad vijaniyam tvamadau proktavaniti aparam bhavato janma. Your birth has happened now. Param janma, sun god was there from time immemorial. Khatam etad vijaniyam tvam adau proktavaniti. How am I to understand? You, the son of Vasudeva, taught this to sun god. You have got a date of birth. You are the son of Vasudeva. How could you teach to sun god? This question was asked for our own sake. Also, that question reveals the very secret of Janma and Karma of Bhagavan. Once you understand the Janma and Karma of Bhagavan, you will understand, in fact, there was never a creation, there was no Janma, there was no Karma, all are hallucinations. Right? So, for us to understand, Arjuna asked this question. Bhagavan answers, Sri Bhagavan uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetta parantapa bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. Lots of lives have gone for me and for you both. Tani aham veda. I know all of them. Natu vetta. You do not know them. Tani aham veda sarvani natvam vetta. You do not know them. Parantapa, O scorcher of foes. Why? Ocean knows all the births of all waves up to now. Wave cannot remember. Ocean knows and remembers. Wave cannot remember because wave presently is obsessed with that particular form. Wave presently is obsessed with that particular form. Therefore, wave cannot know, wave cannot remember. Ocean can know, ocean can remember. Similarly, Arjuna, you cannot remember, but I know and I remember all the births. What is the difference between your birth and my birth? Ajo pisan navyayatma bhutanam ishvaro pisan prakritim swamadhisthaya Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Ajaha api, though I am birthless, I have no birth. Because to have a birth, you need space, you need material. If there is a space where Bhagavan has to create, who created that space? If there are materials through which Bhagavan has to create, who created those materials? That means there are two Bhagavans. If there are two Bhagavans, they cease to be Bhagavan because they are again competitors. They are again competitors. If Bhagavan means Ishvara, Ishvara means one who lords over everything. There cannot be two. There cannot be two. So therefore, if there are no two, there is no creation of space, there is no creation of matter in reality, and therefore, either you or me have no birth. But I know that secret, you do not know that secret. And not only that, I don't have birth, because I am all pervading, I am there everywhere. I am there everywhere, I have no birth. Not only that, I am the Lord of this entire universe. And I am blissful in my nature. Why should I come and be born in this world of miseries? Krishna, Rama, the miseries they underwent, you and I will not undergo. Why should they be born? Varaha lives in dirt. Why should Varaha live in dirt? Why Bhagavan has to take avatars? Krishna's life was miserable. Rama's life was miserable. Why they should take? For keeping the world harmonious. The harmony of the world, if it is disturbed, they take birth and correct the world. How do they correct? In many ways. In many ways. Sometimes in disasters. Through disasters they correct. Because you don't understand. You don't understand. You need a disaster for you to understand. Calamities. Or blessing. Both. When you say Bhagavan, he is kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum shakyah. He can do, he need not do, he can do it otherwise. Such being the case of Bhagavan, he takes birth only to harmonize all the various factors of creation. Right? And therefore he says, Ajaha api san avyayam, I am imperishable. I am imperishable. A young boy of 9 years, when I was in Dubai, asked this lovely question. I was telling, because Bhajagovindam I was taking, this young boy was there 9 years. I said, whatever changes is mortal. This 9-year-old boy asked me, Bhagavan is also mortal. I said, why? He said, he takes avatar, so he is also changing. 9-year-old boy. You and I don't even think like that. When he takes avatar, he is also changing. That is because he never takes real avatar, it is only an appearance. He doesn't take, it's only an appearance. When the wave was born, it was never ever different from water or ocean. It's only an appearance. Wave was never different from ocean or water. It's only an appearance. So also Bhagavan was never born. It's only an appearance. He doesn't have to be born even to correct you and me. He can do it by his mere sankalpa. So the birth and all that are also illusory. And even then, some logic has to be given. How he is born? Prakritim swam adhisthaya. Prakritim swam adhisthaya. Sambhavami atma mayaya. In me, there is a capacity without changing, appear to change. Gold, when it becomes an ornament, has not changed. It is gold only. In an ornament, there is nothing other than gold. So how does the ornament become gold? There is a capacity in gold, without itself changing, appear to change. Your dream world, nothing happened to you, you are sleeping. You have in you the potentiality, without changing, appear to change. This potentiality has to be also given a name for us to identify. Next time you talk the topic, you to say the same thing, you need a name for this potentiality. Though it is not separate, the capacity for the gold to become ornament is not different from the gold. The capacity for ocean to become wave is not different from it. Similarly, sunlight is not different from sun. You cannot separate. Heat is not different from fire. You cannot separate. So, the power and Bhagavan are same, but for us to understand and explain, this power is called Maya. This power is called Maya. What is his Maya? In him, Atma Maya, my own Maya. Through my own Maya. In that Maya, there is this potentiality to appear differently. That is called Prakriti. Prakriti. Kruti, creation. Prakriti, special creation, because there is no creation. Prakriti. Nature. It's in me. It's not different from me. And that's also called Maya. When it comes to you, same Maya is called Avidya. Maya at the Bhagavan level becomes Avidya at your level. What is the difference? We'll see in the next few verses we'll see. So I am born out of my own will, with my own power, tapping the necessary energy, necessary faculties in me called Prakriti. Why does he do? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham yada yada hi glanihi. Whenever there is a decline, fatigue in dharma, yada yada dharmasya glanihi bhavati bharata, and abhyuttanam adharmasya, adharma is predominant. Tada, then atmanam srujami aham, I create myself. Now please understand. When you overeat, you have indigestion. You have indigestion. Where was this power in you to destroy you? Indigestion definitely takes away some life from you out, indigestion. It is in you only. It's in you only. And you take medicine to correct it. Something you do. Right? To correct that. The disease was in you. correction also is in you. And the medicine is taken by you. Right? So, this world, when it is going astray, it has to be corrected through a medicine. Correcting process. Correcting process. The disease came from you. The correcting process also, though the medicine is a catalyst, is in you. If you take the medicine, you need not respond to it. You are responding because that process is also in you. In fact, there are several doctors today, they say, you need not take medicines. There is a self-correcting system in you. Great, big doctor, founder of many hospitals and university, Manipal, Dr. Hegde. This is his pet topic. He says there is a correcting system in you. That system, that which corrects you, is an avatara. Because it's a power, it's a system, it's an avatara. So avatara need not be only 10 avatars. In fact, Bhagavatam says there are innumerable avatars, and I am giving you prominent 30 avatars. Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter of the 1st skanda gives 30 avatars. And he says there are any number of avatars. So avatar doesn't mean that Bhagavan comes in that form only. He can come in any form. The curative system in you is an avatar. Is an avatar. You get angry, your BP goes up. That system is an avatar. When you are crossing the road, you are about to be hit by a vehicle. Somebody pulls you back. He is an avatar. Right? So wherever there is a need, there is a correction needed, there is harmony needed, there is a protection needed for the good people. Bhagavan does it in his own way. Do not imagine he comes only in a particular form. He has several ways. That's why I said in the beginning, kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum shakyaha. He can do, he need not do, he can do it otherwise. So this is called avatara. Wherever society goes astray, I take avatara. Gurudev penned a beautiful word because there was a talk on ecology. So Gurudev said, you don't have to do anything to set right the ecology. You stop polluting it. Cleaning Ganges, billions. Why? It's a flowing river. It's ever clean. You stop polluting it. This is what Gurudev said. You stop polluting it. You don't have to do anything to keep Ganges clean. Don't pollute it. Right? So also, we have corrupted, we have spoiled ourselves. We have to now rewind. Right? And that process is affected by cosmic intelligence. That cosmic intelligence is called avatar. That cosmic intelligence is called avatar. So, he says, wherever there is a decline in dharma, I create. What is dharma? What is dharma? The law that keeps things intact. You throw something, it can go up. It doesn't go up, it comes down. That's a law. You call it gravitational force, but your grandfather didn't put that force. That was put by Bhagavan. You need energy. Sun is there. Without sun, with all your gadgets, you cannot live. You need air. Bhagavan has provided. And all of them, how do they behave? A particular system. This system that keeps things intact is called dharma. This system that keeps things intact is called dharma. Dhargyate iti dharma. That which supports existence of beings or anything is called its dharma. Remove it, it ceases to be. Remove heat from fire, it no more fire. Right? So remove existence from you, you are no more that. So that which supports a thing for it to exist is called its dharma. So when the dharma that supports the harmony of the society is at low ebb, Bhagavan comes in some form to correct it. Gurudev said a joke when he was talking about this ecology. I told you, I started there. Ecology. People talk about cleansing ecology. Ecology, he punned the word. Ecology is echoes. It echoes your inner nature. You are selfish, therefore it is bad. You are selfish. Nature, you don't have to do anything. He gave the Ganges example. And he punned. If you are licentious, nature comes to aids. You know that aid was very prominent in those days. If you are licentious, nature comes with aids. You understand? So that is called avatar, where that which corrects the system, dharma. For what? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the noble, saintly, good people. Vinashaya cha dushkrutam, to annihilate the evil doers. Sambhavami atmamaya, I take birth again and again. Yuge yuge, from eon to eon you say. No, yuga in Sanskrit can mean time to time, whenever it is needed. As I said, it can be now. You need something, he does it. You don't know it. Right? So yuge, I come for what? To set right things. To set right. What set right things? You said to protect the good, to destroy the evil. That means you also are like a politician. You differentiate. Where there is differentiation, you cannot be Bhagavan. Bhagavan, all are your children. No, that is not the meaning. Sadhu nam, people who are evolving, people who are holding on to Sat are called sadhus. Sat means truth, reality, existence. I have to help them to go ahead. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, destroying the evil. No, not the people. Destroying their evil in them so that they become sadhus. It's not he destroys the evil people. When he destroyed, all of them evolved. Jaya Vijaya, he has to come to earth. They took 3 avatars. Bhagavan has to take 4 avatars to take back his devotees to him. It was not a punishment. It is not a curse. They needed a correction. So Bhagavan along with them came to the earth and took back the purified Jaya Vijaya. So therefore, destroying the evil doers means taking away their evil mind. So I come. These are the 2 things. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. So, if you want Bhagavan's protection, you should walk the path of truth, walk the path of reality, walk the path of spirit. If you walk the path of matter, how Bhagavan can save you? Because matter is finite. You are holding to matter, how will you get immortality? You have to detach from the body, mind, intellect and align yourself with the spirit. If you do not align yourself with the spirit, detach from the body, mind, intellect, how will you experience immortality? It's your choice. You are choosing the wrong thing. So therefore, choose the right one. And that is called sadhu. He who chooses the right one, the real one, is called a sadhu. I come from time to time. And Bhagavan says, next verse is the beautiful verse, Janma karma cha me divyam, yo veti tattvataha, tektva deham punarjanma, na yeti mam yeti saha Arjuna. This secret of my birth and my action, he who knows will never again become a miserable mortal, taking again births and deaths only to be victimized by his own vasanas mind. What is the difference? He is a master, where even when he takes avatar, you are a victim, slave. He has full control. Gurudev gives several examples. When a owner rides a bike, he plays on that circus. He does several things. If you ask the servant to take it and keep it in the garage, he will fall under the bike. You do not know how to handle. He knows how to handle. He is the master. He knows how to handle. You do not know how to handle. That is one. Second, in fact, there is no birth. In fact, there is no birth to him or to you either. If you know this in essence, you cannot know without knowing this real substance behind them, and that creation is only a superimposition, Maya. And when you know that in essence, you know the truth. When you know the essence of your dream, you are never affected by that. When you know the essence of your dream world, you are never affected by that. And what happens in that Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, this divine play of mind as avatar and as action, Paritranaya Sadhunam, etc. You veti tattvataha, who knows in its subtle aspect, essentially, completely. Tektva deham, when he casts off this body, he has lost the ego. There is no reason to come back. He doesn't come back. Nai yeti mam yeti saha Arjuna. For the benefit of all our listeners, you gain this knowledge. What is this knowledge? Nothing big about it. To know that this self, that which illumines your mind, that which is behind your thoughts, that because of which I am able to speak, you are able to hear, that life force alone is real. Everything else are appearances. This is all the knowledge. First, this is the only knowledge. After that, Sravana, you reflect and understand, Manana. After that, try to live that, Nididhyasana. Right? Once you do this, you now know that you are that self, God. Others are all appearances. Knowledge once gained cannot go. Even if you take a birth again, because of some vasanas are there, this knowledge won't go. With this knowledge, even if you are born again, go through the pain, it doesn't matter. So this knowledge, you make it your own by contemplation and practice. Jnanabhyas. It will come in the next few verses. Right? So once you understand this, you will never become the same stupid, egoistic person. That's what it means. You will not take birth again. You may take birth. Bhagavan himself comes as avatar, but you won't be coming as a stupid ego sufferer. Janma karma cha me divyam yo vetti tattvataha tektva deham punarjanma na eti mam yeti saha Arjuna. He reaches me. One who knows the essence of the dream world reaches the waker. What is reaching the waker? He is the waker. He has withdrawn from the dream world. So when Bhagavan says, you reach me, you have withdrawn from false perceptions and you have become one with the subject. Having withdrawn from the objective world, you have become the subject. And what are causing these? How to withdraw? What are causing these? How to withdraw? That technique is given in the next one. Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupasritaha bahavo gnana tapasa uta madbhava magataha. Because of the ignorance that you are that self, you assumed yourself to be the body, and therefore the body being insecure, you have developed several desires to possess, to preserve, desires, attachment to things, fear of losing. When there is an obstruction, anger. They are not so many things. All of them are children of one avidya, ignorance. Ignorance of the self makes you feel finite, insecure, and therefore desires. And when you get them, get attached, fear of losing, anger, obstruction. So Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodaha, they are not three different things. They are all expressions of one ignorance. When it says you get freed from attachment, fear and anger, means drop ignorance. Understand that you are that self. So how do you do that? He says, Manmaya Mahamupasritaha. Now you are a Dehamaya, Shariramaya, Lokamaya. Now reverse the mind to its source. Reverse the mind to its source, the consciousness. That's called Manmaya. Not depending on the world, depend on me. Mam upasritaha. Vita raga bhaya krodaha. Manmaya mam upasritaha. How? Bahavo gnana tapasa. Through the discipline of gnana. What is the discipline of gnana? I told you last stanza. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Three aspects. Get this information, make it your own through Manana, live that, Nididhyasana. Sravana, Swamiji says, is participation. Manana is involvement. Nididhyasana is commitment. Participation, no. Make it your own, understand. Then assimilate. Nididhyasana. That's called all put together Gnana Tapas. Bahavo Gnana Tapasa. With this Gnana Tapas, you lose the idea that you are the body, mind, and intellect, and you experience the selfhood. Therefore, it's called Puta, purified. Purified from all negative thoughts. Madbhava Magataha. You have reached my own essential being. I told you there is no question of reaching. You drop that, you discover your this. The dreamer doesn't reach the waker. Detached from the dreamer, you are the waker. Gurudev puts a beautiful sentence. God is this much away from you as the dreamer from the waker, as the gold from the ornament, as water from the wave. He is not away from you. It is only you are turning the attention to him. Right? And how? Two important things he said. Manmaya. Now you are obsessed with several things outside. Now you should be obsessed with God. Mam upasritaha, depending only on me, not on na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyagena, ekena. Na karmana, through actions. Na prajaya, not children. Dhanena, through your possession. Tyagena, ekena, by renouncing your ego. Only you will discover. So, now Bhagavan enters into a beautiful topic. For that, as an introduction, he says, because he is not partial to anybody. Some may bless us, some may doesn't bless us. He says, what can I do? You are not seeking me. Because Mam upasritaha, he said. What does it mean that? Because when he says Mam upasrita, depending on me, you may get an idea. Bhagavan also wants chamchas. No, you have to understand what it means. I am common in all. I am common in all. I am there blessing them all. But your attention is towards Maya. What can I do? You have to turn your attention to me. You are not turning. Therefore, I am saying those who depend on me and not on Maya. You depend on Maya, I am helpless. You put your hand into a jar of chocolates. Take so many, the hand doesn't come out. Who can help you? You have to drop a few. You have to drop a few. So, Mam upasritaha, when it said that you depend on me, I will protect, it doesn't mean he is partial. You are not choosing me. Whatever you choose, I am the power in you. If to the electricity you fit a bulb, it will give you light. You fit a fan, it will give you air. You put a heater, it will give you heat. You connect it to TV, it will give you a picture. Electricity is impartial. Whatever you connect, that you will get. So also Bhagavan. So that he says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vatmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. As they seek me, tam, them, tata eva bhajamyaham. I serve them in the same way. If you want light, fit the bulb. If you want air, fit the fan. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. I am the one power which gives everything. You, as you seek, I bless you. Mama vatmano vartante manushya path. But all people, knowingly, unknowingly, are only walking my path. What do you mean by my path? I am eternal, immortal, blissful. Everybody is doing things only to live long, not to die, to be happy. So that's my path. They're all doing this, but doing it in a wrong way. They are seeking in matter. Matter is mortal, finite. You seek in matter, you won't get it. You turn to me, you will get it. You will get it. So, I am equal to all. What you choose, you will get. And whatever everybody is doing is only wanting deathlessness and happiness, that's me. They want me only. But they are choosing in a wrong way. As our Guruji says, a beautiful sentence. Canvassing for Brahman, voting for Maya. Canvassing for Brahman and voting for Maya. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajantaiha devataha chipram himanushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Why do people choose things that are self-destructive? Why do people choose sources of sorrow? He says, Kanchanta karmanam partha, people wanting the results of actions, karmanam siddhim, results of actions, yajanteha devataha, they try to worship the various gods, means various productive potentials, as Gurudev says, various gods. Why? Chipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati. In this world, the results are immediate when you seek pleasures in the materialistic pursuit. You eat ice cream, you are happy immediately. You tell them, you go to satsang, you will be happy. They cannot be motivated leaving the ice cream because this is immediate. So, Chipram, immediate, Manushe Loki, Siddhir Bhavati. Their joy is immediate. They do not know that this joy, what they are getting, is the very source of their sorrow in future. Because they become dependent on that and they turn their attention away from God. They become dependent on that. They turn away from God. So, whatever joys that you are seeking are the very wombs of future sorrows. Dukkha yonaya. Dukkha yonaya. And so he says, people go like this because they get results immediately. And therefore, now he is trying to show the variety of people. This is a very important sloka, mostly misquoted. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam, the fourfold, corruptedly said as caste. Varna is not caste. Varna is color. Varna is color. Color is Guna. Sattva is white. Rajas is red. Tamas is black. These again mix up in four different ways. These three gunas, colors, mix up in four different mixes where there is clarity of the mind, guiding principle. He is called a Brahmana. He is a guiding principle. Where somebody is sattvic, where somebody is having the tendency to annihilate adharma, protect dharma, he is called Rajasic. Sorry, Kshatriya. Brahmana, Kshatriya. And some people want to serve the society by producing, distributing. He is called a Vaishya. And some people believe in serving. He is called a Shudra. Any society needs all these four. You cannot get away with any one of them. There is no question of somebody being superior, somebody being inferior. Brahmanas are supposed to be head. Shoulders are Kshatriya. Belly is Vaishya. Feet is Shudra. Now, you say head is superior to feet. Head bows down to the feet only. Head touches the feet. Feet doesn't touch the head. You need all. Mahaperiyava has said beautifully in that Devatin Koral. There is no problem, all are equal. You need that for the society, all these four caste systems. Problem came when Brahmanas stopped doing what they are supposed to do and claiming superiority. Mahaperiyava says this. They stopped what they are supposed to do, teaching. And for the sake of money and glamour, they started doing various things. That's also okay. But they still feel they are superior. And therefore, the Mahaperiyava himself says that. So there is, all are needed, and not only all are needed, we ourselves are all the four. Morning you think you are Brahmana. Afternoon you go for earning, you are a Vaishya. Serve parents, you are a Shudra. Try to correct injustice, you are a Kshatriya. So all of us are also at times all the four. There is no question of something being superior or inferior. So this I have created for the continuing of this society. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. Depending on what? Guna and karma. Qualities and action. Brahmana, he should be sattvic. He should be teaching. Kshatriya, he should be active, dynamic, and protect. Like that, I will read out the what Vyasa himself says about these qualities next class. It is in the 18th chapter. Each, what are these gunas, what are their actions, is there in the 18th chapter. I will read out these various things. Shankara also has commented the same way, Adi Shankara. So it is not by birth. There is also another verse, Janmana jayate Shudraha. All are born as Shudra. Vidya Vipraha. Through Vidya you become a learned person, Vipra. And through Brahmagnana you become a Brahmana. So, Chaturvanyam Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagashaha. Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidhi Akartar. Therefore, Bhagavan is also doing work as a factory. He is not at peace. No. These are all inbuilt laws. Chaturvarnyam, electricity says, I have created the light, I have created the air, I have created the heat, I have created the picture. But I have not created them also. Without me, there is neither a light, nor air, nor heat, nor picture. So you can say I have created. In fact, did I create? I am there. And you attach, you get it. So Bhagavan also is the same way. Tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Understand me to be non-doer. Why that is needed? For you to also understand in your life. You may do several things. Understand they are all dying by your gunas. Do not have the feeling, I am the doer, enjoyer. Then you are released from the mind, ego. You experience the Godhood. So Bhagavan says himself, Tasya kartaram api mam akartaram avyayam. Understand me to be non-doer, even though I have done that. So this, he said earlier, you have to understand the secret of my birth and action. So he is now telling, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spraha, iti mam yo vijanati, karma bhirna sabhadyate. These actions, these results do not bind me. And one who knows me like this, he also becomes me. Therefore, he is also not bound. Because nobody can know Bhagavan unless you drop the ego. When you drop, you are Bhagavan. So I am not bound neither by karma nor results. When you know me, you also won't be. Electricity is giving you light, air, picture. You touch a naked wire, you will die. Is electricity responsible for your death? Is electricity responsible for your blessing? It is not for both. It is neither the doer nor is interested in the results. So also Bhagavan is neither the doer nor he is interested in the results. You also know this secret. You also become Bhagavan. Now you are suffering because of your attachment to results and sense of doership and enjoyership. Evam nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram kritam. Having known this secret of acting without ego, all our ancestors were working. Evam nyatva kritam. Purvaihi, by our elders. Kuru karmaiva tasmato. You also follow their own examples. And when you do that, you become a mumukshu like them. Mumukshu is one who wishes to free himself from all shackles. Is called a mumukshu. Mumukshu, muktumiksha, to be freed. How do you get yourself freed from all shackles? What are the shackles created by your mind? So what is moksha? Trying to detach yourself from mind is called moksha. There is no other first floor, second floor moksha. You are now held hostage by your own mind. Detach yourself from the mind. You get moksha. And then he says, because this karma and janma, they are very subtle. It's not what you see is real. There are several intrinsic things. For us to lead there, he is now opening the topic. Kim karma kema karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshashe shubhat. Ashubha, evil, that which makes you suffer, that which makes you become a slave, all because of wrong actions. So you should know right actions which liberate you. Right actions liberate you is called karma. And wrong actions are called akarma and vikarma. Right? Actions to be done, actions to be avoided. Kim karma kema akarmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravachyami yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Having known which, you shall be freed from all evils. Karmano happy bodhavyam, bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha, akarmanacha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gratihi. This path of karma is too subtle, very difficult to understand. And therefore, you should know what is karma, what is vikarma. Karma, actions to be done. Vikarma, actions to be shunned. Akarma is inaction. Action, inaction, unaction. Akarma is unaction. That is no sense of agency. Though you are doing, you are not doing. Vikarma, actions should be left, dropped. Karma, action. Karma, vikarma, akarma. You have to know the differences. Vikarma, we don't talk about it, it has to be left. Now we have to understand what is karma, what is akarma. Karma is divided, having left vikarma, into three topics. Kamya karma, nitya karma, naimittika karma. Nitya, naimittika, karma. Nitya karma, daily duties. Panchayagnas, daily duties. Naimittika, shraddham, etc., particular things. Kamya karma, born out of desires. Vikarma, already left. This kamya is dharma, along with dharma. Right? That is called karma, activity. And that karma is threefold. Nitya, naimittika, and kamya. And now why is this said? He says, karmani akarmaya pashyet, akarmani cha karmayaha sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma vite. You have to understand, you have to see, in every action, there is an action. Something doesn't act. Something doesn't act. Sun God. Without him, no activity is going. There is a murder, it happens because of his energy. There is an yajna because of his energy. So there is an action, and in that he is not acting. Karmani akarma. Karma, lot of action, but he is not acting. So you also do lot of action, but don't have the sense of agency. Don't feel that you are the doer, you are the enjoyer. In karma, you see the akarma. Also, several things you are doing. Through the eyes you see, through the ears you hear, several things. Life force doesn't do anything. But without life force, you cannot act. So, in one way, life force is doing. In another way, life force is not doing, even in the doing. Like the sun god. This is to see akarma in karma. Akarma in karma. Swamiji says, you sit in the train, you reach Delhi. There is movement. You traveled, but you did not do anything. There is movement. You traveled, but you didn't do anything. This is akarma in karma. Then karma in akarma. Akarma is this life force. It doesn't do anything. In that, you see all activity taking place because of that. Sun doesn't do anything. Everything happens because of that. One meaning. Second meaning, a more very important meaning, Shankaracharya says, akarma, I don't do. I have left. I have renounced. What did you do? When you say, I have renounced, I have left, you are still keeping the I, ego. So in that so-called akarma, renunciation, still there is a karma. Ego is there. If you understand this, clearly you can see what is ego, what is prakriti-based actions. When you see clearly, you are aligning with this truth, with the consciousness, happens, and then you are liberated. So all that you have to know is what is the doer, who is the doer, who is not the doer. Recognize that consciousness in both karma and akarma. In both karma and akarma. So that is a very important sloka. Karmani akarmaya pashye, akarmani cha karmaya sabuddhiman manushyesh. He need not be a full-fledged jnani. He is an intelligent, wise man. Sabuddhiman manushyesu. Sayuktaha is an integrated one. Sayuktaha is an integrated one. Krishna karma krut. He is a man who does all actions perfectly, completely. Yasya sarve samarambhaha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditam buddhaha. Yasya sarve samarambhaha, in whom all undertakings, kama sankalpa varjitaha. Kama, desire. Sankalpa, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? Various imaginations, desires and imaginations. When you leave all that, in all your undertakings, there is no egocentric. You cannot leave desire, but no egocentric desire. No egocentric desires, no imaginations. Why? You have now known you are the self. Jnanagni dagdha karmanam. In the fire of knowledge, your doership, enjoyership, all have been burnt. And therefore, you are an enlightened person. Tam ahuhu panditam buddhaha. The wise people call him pandita. Pandita means enlightened one. Panda yasya saha pandita. One who has the ultimate wisdom. Till then you are only a vidwan. That's why in South, music, everything, they call only vidwans. They don't call pandit. Pandit is only a brahmagnani. Panda, that is the ultimate. Otherwise, you are continuously learning. That anpratnaya, when it comes vidwan, he is continuously learning. Vidwan. So, the wise people call him an enlightened person when he, in all his undertakings, there is no egocentric desire or fancies. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Both are not there. Therefore, tyaktva karma phala sangam nityatrupto nirashrayaha karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. He, having dropped karma phala sangam, attachment to results. You can't act without results, but attachment to results. What is attachment? I am the doer. I want them for my sustenance. I depend on them. I plus I want is called attachment. Karma phala sankam. Attachment to results. Tyaktva, having left. Tyaktva karma phala sankam. Then how do I live? How do I get my job? Nitya truptaha nirash. Ever contented, not depending on outside world. Why? Because you are full and complete. You are Brahman. You don't need them. In that knowledge, fire of knowledge, having burned this ego, karmani abhipravrittopi, though you are amongst midst of full activity, naiva kinchit karoti saha. You are not the doer because there is no ego. There is no ego. You may be doing several things, but you have no ego. And that is the secret of getting freed from karma phala, which causes birth and death again and again. Right? We will see next week. Next week there is no class. We have Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam gets over on 12th. 13th we have a class. Next week is 6th. We won't have a class. 13th we have a class. And those of you who have not joined Bhagavatam, because that you have to come in person, kindly come there, because that 9 days can give you the experience of Godhood. It's very, 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 very useful. Do not miss it as much as possible, right? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Thank you all. Narayana Narayana. God bless you.
Thank you, Master.
Hari
Happy
Om.
New Year to you.
Thank you, Uncle.
Hari Om, Uncle. Happy New Year.
Thank you,
New
Uncle.
Year.
Happy New Year to you, Uncle.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Happy New Year.